What up, guys? Welcome to Base Damage, and this week continuing with the Sunshine EB. This is the last one for Sunshine EB.
For it has no green.
Because it has no green whatsoever. So this is Kool-Aid and
Matt.
What's up, guys? Hope y'all are doing awesome. Hope y'all enjoying some of the live reactions, the blind reactions to this stuff, because we had seen jack shit of this beforehand, and now we're kind of going over it, going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Come on, Bushiroad.
I mean, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as
It is not
Konosuba.
Yeah.
Because we were just losing our shit in Konosuba.
It is not that same level, because holy shit, like, I lost it when I saw the fucking Yoshiko was a Musashi.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, it's because you. I mean, how many games have you won with that Musashi effect?
A lot.
A fuck ton.
It's about even on that and Akagi Kai, to be completely honest.
Oh,
it's about even.
That's why you have double finishers in that deck.
Later on, just kind of giving a little teaser for eventually going over the Bang Dream, because I have a very funny idea for this green stuff I may end up doing. I don't know.
Did you post the Rise deck profile?
Nah, I didn't worry about that.
Homeboy is fond of taking the stuff that most people don't run and going, hey, look at this shit. It actually works.
It's funny as fuck to me. Anyway, so as always, please check out our buddy Chris Cohn's Twitch stream. Be much appreciated. They do a D&D stream.
5.0.
5.0, which is charity for Children's Miracle Network. All proceeds go to them. They get no proceeds whatsoever, but they are doing it because it's an awesome thing to do.
Yes.
Please check it out. Link in the description. No other big announcements that I can think of. At the time of this, we have not had like any other big announcements, like as far as sets or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
At the time that this has come out, more sets have come out in Japan. Like, they've fucking got like 3 or 4 sets in a month.
That's nice.
Like, I think by the time this is
that's
out,
good,
Star Wars will be out.
Okay. That's true, because that got confirmed.
The art on it does not look good. Like, there's some really powerful effects, but I can't deal with the art. To be completely honest.
Like I've said,
there's a funny one with like Han Solo just kind of shrugging, going, eh, you know, just kind of funny. Anyhow, we're gonna get into shiny. Okay, sorry, it's joke. Okay.
Yes, cabbage. I got you.
I would not be surprised after seeing a fucking Yoshiko card that lets you play rock paper scissors if there wasn't something on this of like, tell your opponent a really bad joke. You know, this is, I don't know.
Scream pretty bomb ahead at the top of your looks.
God. But this is blue, based off Mari, Dia, whatever, and Kanan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll do 6. So there's not that many cards in this, so the podcasts for these have not been that long. But
they have been a little shorter.
They've been a little shorter, but we're able to kind of go a little more in depth as far as like discussing.
Yeah, sure.
I'll start off with this one just because Mari is hilarious. Mariah Ticket Mari, level 0, 2k, 1 soul. When this is placed from hand to stage, choose one of your other music characters, and that character gets 1,000 power for the turn. It's specifically other. She can't get it herself. Oh. Okay. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1, deal yourself a damage. Hello, Mariah from Idolmaster. If so, search your library for up to 1 thinking about each other, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library.
Okay.
It's basically not even there's another card that has a similar effect, but this is specifically thinking about each other.
Blue effect. Or Vend, I mean.
Wasn't there another one for this anyway? I'll go over it later. But yeah, okay, so it grabs an event.
Yes. And that event also has some sort of effect with one of the rubies, if I remember correctly.
I think you're correct. So
yet again, we're doing the blue yellow.
Okay, this was
mix
in the first one talking about this EB. There was a ruby that specifically grabs this Dia.
That's true.
But this is yours.
Okay, this is the Mariah Ticket Dia. She is a level 1, 0 cost, 4,500 with 2 effects. When your climax is placed in the climax zone, this gains 1,500 power for the turn, which is good. And then climax combo, when the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, if Mariah Ticket is in your climax zone, look at up to 2 cards from the top of your library and search it for up to 2 level 1 or higher cards, reveal them, put them in your hand, and put the rest in the waiting room. Climax cards are considered level 0.
Level 1 or higher cards You can grab basically any of the events
Yeah, sure.
in this set.
Yeah.
Okay, two things. It's also when the battle opponent becomes reversed. Look at this though. The Mariah ticket.
What was the climax combo? The other Mariah ticket climax combo.
That was off of the Yoshiko.
We should probably go back and refresh on that just so we can see what that is and
That
what
was
this is.
the Yoshiko one was she gets 2,000 power and on reverse heal.
That's right, because it was a level 3.
Okay. That Ruby also had an effect to tap herself to specifically give this Dia plus 25.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Making her a 7K at that point. Her own ability, when you play the climax, that is a 1K1, makes her an 8K, and then this makes her a 9.5?
Yeah, sure.
This reverse effect's going off. This bigger than starting off than the fucking Nita Minamis.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Nita Minamis get up to be like 7K by their own effects, and if you reverse with at least one of them, give the 2,000 buff that they give to another Nita Minami, making her a 9K before anything else.
She gets big.
If you have something else back row, this can be a fucking 10K. This effect can work at multiple levels, which is very nice, all things considered.
And not bad for a level 1 with 0 cost.
Yeah. You specifically can't grab climax cards off of this effect.
Because they're considered zeros.
Yeah, but you can up to 2 level 1 or higher cards. That's the rest of your fucking deck. Anything that's not level 0, which is level 0 characters and climaxes.
Yeah, sure.
Grab anything else in your deck. You can even grab events off of this. So, I'm curious as to, like...
That's half your deck.
Easy. So, you only get to look at 2. That's whatever. It's also, you don't pay anything for this.
Mm-hmm, sure.
You've definitely killed something and dealt potentially 2 damage because of the climax.
Sure.
Even if you don't summon it off of that... even if you don't get it off of the Ruby, where it's like tap and give a 25.
Yeah, sure.
This still becomes a... 6. It still becomes a 7K, just like the Nita Minami anyway.
Which is high for a level 1, especially for one with no cost.
So I like that, and that's pretty cool. So then we have Mirai Ticket Kanan is a level 3, 2 cost, 9K, 2 soul. So about to say, okay, yeah. If thinking about each other is in your memory, this gets a -1 level in hand. So probably another memory effect, like our memory climax as far as when we get to that.
Well, that's thinking of each other's the event, the blue event that has had something that affects everything in each color so far, if I remember correctly.
I think so. When this is placed from hand to stage, reveal the top card of your library. If it's level 1 or lower, put it into your stock. Climax cards are considered level 0 for this effect. So she can potentially pay for half of her cost.
Yeah, sure.
When this is placed from hand to stage, draw up to 1 card. Choose one of your opponent's characters, and that character gains the following ability for the turn. During battles involving this, you cannot play events or backup from hand. It makes she's a built-in machine gun of ice.
Yeah, sure.
It's purposely going, and it's no cost other than, playing her. 2 different on-play effects, which is really nice. She replaces herself because you draw a card. And then target this character. Granted, if they have hexproof, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But machine gun of ice effect, you can't use your compass or your darkness plan.
Well, this also helps you from, I don't know, Zui-hoing the shit out of her and putting her right back at the bottom of your punch. Yeah.
True, it depends on what... Because you're going to want to swing with her first if you do this effect.
Yeah, sure.
Especially if you think, okay, they're going to have anti-change. Because anti-change is a thing.
This locks down anti-change because there has... Most of the anti-changes to this point are backup characters.
Yeah. So, at that point, you give this to the character across from her, swing with her first.
Yeah, sure.
If they anti-change after that, okay, well, she's done her damage, have fun.
That's true. I mean, you lose less advantage than you would otherwise.
True. Also, if you happen to get an extra stock off of it anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, she's done her job at this point.
Yeah.
Even as a finisher type thing of throwing down and making it so they can't compass or whatever, pretty cool. Just the fact that she's a 9K is a big drawback because there's no buffs in here whatsoever. But
she's small compared to most level 3s.
That's whatever. So then it's you.
Okay, this is Mijuku Dreamer Dia. Level 0, 5,500, pardon. 500 power.
I had to look twice myself.
Yeah. 1 soul. 2 effects. All your other characters in the front row slot gain 5,000 power, so she's...
500.
500,
You keep saying 5,000.
That's my bad. She's another global 5, so there's been a global 5 for every color so far, and Brainstorm. Pay 1, rest 2 of your characters, flip the top 4 cards of your library and put them into the waiting room. For each climax card revealed this way, perform the following action. Draw up to 2 cards, then discard a card from your waiting room. from your hand to the waiting room.
It's just like the level 0 Kirito out of the
Yep.
re-edit shit.
And all of us were going, wow, that is actually a really awesome brainstorm effect.
And this is only a rare,
Sure.
but this is part of the thing we were talking about in the last podcast with that Rico that has basically through a combination of cards can do a restand.
Oh, yeah.
But
Sure.
this is rest 2 of your characters. Basically, when that Rico gets rested, if there's a specific level
That's
0
cool.
Chica,
Get a marker, place your shit.
she becomes a marker and restands it anyway. Okay, sure, I'm going to rest that Rico.
Yeah.
Specifically for this effect.
So she can get big.
So she can get big if you have that other Chica on the field.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to be able to do. So, and then for a really, really good brainstorm effect, because that Kirito has done a lot for me already. Basically, this is the kind of effect that you see on most level 3s that are broke sauce.
Yeah, sure.
Yami, Akagi Kai. Draw 2, discard 1, really powerful effect, really like it.
Sure.
So, I already see where this is going to have a place.
And the save your ass potential of brainstorm if you're having a really bad early game. So.
Absolutely. So, yeah, true. Even if you don't know for a fact you're going to hit any climaxes, the fact that this also the resting thing triggers your if you do the Rico restand thing.
Yeah, sure.
You got that. If there's another effect later
it's
that's
the
like
fact
that
that
Rico,
you can take some of this cost and turn it into an advantage.
it was really nice. So then Mijiku Dreamer Kanan, level 2, 1 cost, 7k, 1 soul. When this is placed from hand to stage, if you have 4 or more other music characters, you may blind stock 1. So, pretty cool. Pays for herself, essentially, if you play her last. This ability activates up to 1 time per turn. When your other character with Mari in name becomes reversed in battle, if this is standing in the front row, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1, discard 2 cards, choose another character on your stage in battle, and put it into the waiting room. Rest this. That's weird.
Yes.
If so, choose up to 1 Mijiku Dreamer Mari Ohara in your hand and put it in the slot that character was in.
Oh yeah, but you're still dropping a level 3
Because this has to be on the front row. Okay, well the rest, this is minimal. If she happens to have been reversed, you can rest her after the fact. If they attack this Kanan first and then they reverse any of your Maris, you get to save her. If nothing else, even if they haven't killed her just yet, basically they reverse that Mari. You sacrifice that same Mari to summon Mijiku Dreamer Mari.
Yeah, sure.
For a pretty big cost, but...
Well, I think that's the level 3 that we just went over, so...
Yeah, no, the Mijiku Dreamer Mari we're about to go over.
Okay, so...
Probably
a level 3.
It'll be on the next tab. It'll be on the next set of tabs. So... Okay, so I'll actually leave this one up until we get to that Mari.
Sure.
But either way, you get to summon that Mari from hand, and it's... Okay, we'll see how this goes. So then...
Okay. We've got the Aim for Brilliance... I can't... Dia, sorry. Level 3, 2,000... Or 2 cost. 10,000 power.
Are you just tongue-tied today in general?
Apparently. I'm pulling a Kyle. With 2 soul. 2 effects. When this is placed from the hand to the stage, if you have 4 or more other music characters, you may put the top card of your library in your stock. Okay. Second effect is, when this is placed from hand to stage, you may put the top card of your clock in the waiting room.
So heal on play, and also has the ability of, if you have 4 or more other characters, you can give yourself an additional stock.
So she just refunds half of her
It's
cost.
the same. It's also the same same effect as that.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of a lackluster level 3.
yeah, I mean the heal's kind of whatever. If you have to have a healer, that's kind of whatever. The fact that you also get a 10k body for essentially 1 stock, quote unquote, is, because it refreshes itself, quote unquote, halfway. Okay, so then that Mari, so this is the one that the level 2 Kanan summons.
Yes.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go over this Mari first. Okay, it is a level 3. So you got that part right. So it also combos with Mijiku Dreamer, which has just been multiple climax combos throughout this entire thing.
Oh, yes.
So when this is placed from hand to stage, search your library for 1 music character. Reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. So I really do like the on-play search abilities for the level 3s. The fact that through this effect, she can be played a turn early.
Yes.
It just has to be from your hand, but then she replaces herself immediately.
Yeah, sure. Because you're discarding 2 cards to pull her out, then you're getting a card from the search. So that makes the cost not as bad.
Oh, okay, cool. I just happened to go ahead and kind of read it. Climax combo. When this attacks, if Mijiku Dreamer is in the climax zone and there are 5 or fewer cards in your hand, reveal the top card of your library. If it's level 0 or lower, choose one of your other Mijiku Dreamer Kanan Matsura, which is this, and stand it. Climax cards are considered level 0. So if you want to try to go off of this effect, you kind of have to run a little bit more level 0s than normal.
Sure.
But...
well, it's still half your deck.
It's still half your deck, easily. So... okay, and that's actually pretty cool. The fact that it restands this one that you've already kind of used is weird. Like,
it's because you can also rest it for part of the effect. Since the last bit of the cost to pull out this Mari is to rest it, so then you can...
the disadvantage of that is if they do the effect first, because you play out an effect or cost as much as you're able to do.
Yes.
To my understanding, if this is already rested, I don't even know if you could... I don't think you have to...
That's true. Well, there's a comma there and not a period.
Comma, rest this.
Yeah.
Commas are a thing in effects. So if she's standing, or if she's already been reversed, you rest this, no problem.
Sure.
If they attack your only other Mari first, and then they attack this, she'd be reversed, she'd die. But if she's still rested, quote unquote, when they kill your other Mari, unless you have like 2 other Maris, which basically if they kill the 2 Maris first, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
You basically want them to try to kill her first, and then she just rests herself regardless. To my understanding, is you pay the cost as much as you can. If this is already rested, it still just stays rested.
Okay.
I could be completely incorrect on that, and if I am, I apologize. If nothing, you still get like a restand effect with a level 2, so you just drop like another 1 cost. So you could play her, grab another copy of the level 2, play the level 2, swing with the level 2 when you have the Mijiku Dreamer Climax. Even if it gets reversed, you could restand and still do some more damage afterwards, which is still pretty cool. So the restander affects... it's a faux restand. It's like Anastasia from Idolmaster that summons back the Minami, the level 1 Minami.
Yeah, sure.
So it's kind of like that. So I'll X out of both of these. So then, this is fairly simplistic, but this is your go.
This one is Glamorous Swimsuit Look Kanan. She is a level 1, 0 cost, 2,000 power, 1 soul.
It's a backup.
Yep, backup. And her special effect on the backup is when you use the backup of this, if you have a music character, choose one of your characters in battle. So it's just a 2,000 backup for no cost.
It ends up being a free 2K backup, which is still pretty nice.
Yes.
So, Aim for the Brilliance Mari is a level 1, 1 cost, 45, 1 soul. She's an assist. All your music characters in front of this gain X power. X is equal to 500 times the level of that character. Pretty cool. When you play a climax, choose one of your characters that gets 1,000 power for the turn. Kind of generic. I don't really see the point of this for being a 1 cost. I think that's a little too much. For what it is, like, okay, the level assist late game is kind of useful.
Most level assists are 1 cost.
I just see that as a little bit too much. I feel like the other effect should be a little bit better than that.
Yeah, sure.
For it still being a 1 cost. Personal opinion, that's whatever. But
alright. Welcome to Aqua's Dia. This is a level 2, 5,500, cost 1 soul.
Okay, that face though, I just have to say, is just the fuck did you just say? Type face.
Yeah.
Just saying.
This is a recollection effect. If thinking about each other is in your memory, this gains 4,500, which is good because it makes her a 9.
No, it makes her a 10.
She's a 5. It does make her a 10. You're right.
Jesus. Okay.
That thinking about each other is going to be a really important effect.
It better be. Fucking 4.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's got 3 or 4 things that play off of it.
Okay. It better be. Put it that way. Hug within the memory. When Kanan was adorable. Level 0, 2,000 power, 1 soul. Once again, this whole event thing of thinking about it. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may pay the cost, which is discarding the thinking about each other event. If so, look at up to 2 cards on the top of your library, search for up to 2 music characters, reveal them. Okay, so amongst those 2 cards, grab up to 2 music characters, reveal them, put in your hand, put the rest in your waiting room. This event is just everywhere. You have stuff that grabs it. You have stuff that uses it as a fucking cost. Other stuff that's like have it in the memory or not in the memory, and just okay, cool. Escape from reality. This is yours. Sorry.
Yes. Level 0, 2000 power, 1 soul, with 2 effects.
Mm-hmm.
Discard a card from your hand to the waiting room. Okay. When this attacks, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1, discard a card from your hand to the waiting room. If so, search your library for up to 1 blue character, reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. That's good.
That's essentially like half of a Zek and Yuki climax combo without having to have the climax.
And the second effect is, at the start of your encore step, if you have no other rested characters in your front row, you may pay the cost. If so, rest this.
Oh, okay, so at level 0, like, you could just keep using her over and over.
Yeah, sure.
That's pretty cool. That just means, well, that also means at level 0 they kill her, but then side another level 0, so she can't save herself.
Yeah, sure.
But either way, okay, that's a little bit at level 0 that early of a. Actually, it's kind of like what was it? Murasame from Kantai. It's a level 0 that essentially has the same effect, just a little bit weak, a little bit stronger. This is also limited only to blue characters, whereas the Murasame states,
Ship Girl, probably.
Any Fleet Girl, yeah. So it's a Murasame Kai with a quasi encore ability, kind of freaky. But anyway, so that's Escape from Reality. So there we go. Okay, so Beloved, 2, 3, this thing finally, and then we had. I'll just go ahead and pull these up because I know we went over them in other ones, but might as well go ahead over it in this one as well.
Yes.
So, beloved friend Mari, this is yours.
Yes, it's a level 0, 2500 power, 0 cost, 1 soul, with 1 effect. When this is placed from hand to stage, put the top 2 cards of your library in the waiting room. If there's at least 1 level 0 or lower character among them, for the turn you may side attack without soul penalty. What? Okay, that's interesting.
That's funny. At level 3, that's funny to me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That is really interesting.
That's not bad.
But it has to be a level 0 character. It cannot be a climax.
You mill 2, and it has to be level... Yeah. It has to at least have 1 level 0 lower character. That's not that bad to pull off.
That's not hard, but...
The fact that it's not a climax also is kind of a little bit aggravating, but...
Have you ever seen that? Something that
I have seen something similar. It was a Log Horizon card, one of the Nyantas. It was a level 1, stated tap 2 of your magic or whatever characters, and you didn't take any soul... He did not take any soul penalty if he side attacked for that turn.
Well, that one's better because it's the entire field. I mean, there was also that one from Kantai, that sub, that when you side attack with her, she gets a +1 soul.
Oh, yeah.
So.
But yeah, okay, so this is me. Okay, so Aim for the Brilliance Kanan is a level 1, 0 cost 65, 1 soul. So, okay, now I see why this has what drawback this is. When this is placed from hand to stage, choose one of your opponent's character in the front row, and that character gains 3,000 power for the turn. Jesus. Okay, well, if you do this at level 1, when you're just at level 1,
they're at 0.
You don't care.
Give one of their smaller level 0s +3, and you still run over it. So that's whatever.
And then, it still has character encore on top of that. For 1 turn, you have a drawback, and that's if you even have a drawback at that point. To me, that doesn't matter. So, and
it's
then
it's not bad for an oversized level 0. Level 1.
And it's a base 65 as opposed to like most of the Taige clones or whatever that work their way up to 65.
That's true.
And then you still get bigger after that, like Global 5s or whatever. Okay, let me have a free 7K with character encore, please and thank you.
That's true.
Okay. Oh god, that face. Shiny! Oh my god.
May I abstain? I'm going to abstain from this card. I don't want to mess with this card.
Okay, sure. Shiny Mari, level 2, 1 cost, 8K, 1 soul. When this is placed from hand to stage, if no player has an empty slot, basically if the entire field is full, your opponent has 5 slots, you have 5 slots.
They are all full of shit.
All players draw a card.
That's interesting.
That's not that bad to me. This is going back off the goofy effects that Yoshiko has, that all this other stuff has that are just weird effects. That's what this is. This is it's a funny card.
Yeah.
Like, that's still not bad if you don't mind your opponent drawing.
I mean,
like, if you don't mind your opponent drawing, by all means, okay, cool. If not,
There are ways around stuff like that.
it's whatever. I wouldn't like do this as a 4 of. I'd give it tech 1, maybe 2. Personally. Okay, we're finally at this thing that combos with like
Everything.
half of the fucking set.
Thinking about each
Just
other.
thinking about each other.
It's a level 1 cost event. Choose a music character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. Choose one of your characters, and that character gains 1,000 power for the end of turn.
For the
end
turn.
of turn, and then send this to memory. That's good.
That's not that bad, actually. Okay, cool.
That's good. For it being a linchpin of like the blue color of this set, that's
Well,
not a bad effect.
It's like I said with the other event from Red, pretty fucking good.
Well, this is better than the
This-
red event,
this-
in my
yeah.
opinion.
Well, you have to have a character in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Actually, no, yeah, you're right, because the Red event was also like, look at the top 2 cards.
Yeah.
And that was kind of whatever, because the weird setup for
The
this.
chances of getting advantage off the red is not as good as getting advantage off of this.
Also because the entire set is music, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so you're definitely going to get something back.
Hey,
If you-
I'm gonna pay 1 to go get whatever I want, and then bump this up by 1,000. Then put this in memory to set myself up for all this other bullshit.
all you have
Or
to...
hey, if I don't need
Yeah.
this right now, I'm gonna pitch it for whatever that other bullshit effect.
The
was.
other little Kanan, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So, for real, that's not that bad of an effect. Considering also that Kanan mills additionally.
Mhm.
Or like, you like draws more cards.
Yeah, sure.
So, that's whatever. So, that's whatever. That's not that bad. And then, as far as like the Mirai ticket stuff, going over this once again, 1K1 pants trigger for the blue Mirai ticket, which there's one for each color.
It's blue and yellow.
It was just blue and yellow. Red had the had the other
Yes.
Mijiku Dreamer. Sorry. And then the other Mijiku Dreamer is a 1K1 book trigger for
Book trigger,
draw.
yes.
I'm honestly, I don't, because
It'll be interesting to see what color combos people try to run of this.
I would personally do pants and book. Just blue across the board, because you could main a lot of the blue stuff for a lot of your advantage engine
sure.
between the Dia as your like level 1 advantage engine.
Mhm.
Because you'd have the pants anyway. You would be able to do a lot more damage spread evenly with the
Yeah,
1K1s across the board. I don't mind the red Mijiku Dreamer that's the 2K and a soul to 2 different characters.
Yeah.
That would still be good if I had to choose an
you
alternate
lose
one.
significantly less soul potential while also gaining the ability to snipe shit out with a plus 2,000.
Well,
so.
it's also a 2 soul crit.
Yeah, sure.
So I prefer
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
I prefer that. I prefer this book trigger
Oh, yeah,
book trigger
sure, that's
over
true.
the plus 2 soul trigger. Just to show what we were talking about. Here is the Mijiku Dreamer 1, which is this is the red because there's a Mijiku Dreamer for each of the colors.
Mhm.
And it's two characters get 2K in a soul. And then to round out the blues, we're going to go over the promos. Mandy Kanan, Mandy Mari, Mandy Dia. If you want to, go ahead and get the Kanan so that way you ain't got to worry about Mari.
Thank you. Alright. This is a level 0, 500 power, 1 soul, 2 effects. If there are 4 or more cards in your hand, all your other characters gain plus 500 power.
That's
which
not
is
bad.
Decent. And when this is placed from hand to the stage, put the top 2 cards of your library in the waiting room. If there is at least 1 climax card among them, choose one of your characters and that character gains plus 5,000 power for the turn.
Plus 15.
15, my bad.
What is you with these 5,000s?
I don't know.
You just want some 5,000 power across the board on
I want some
something.
5,000 power across the board on something.
Oh my god, okay. Mini Mari,
It's
level
true.
1, 0, 65. So we're going to have a drawback. When this is placed from hand to stage, put the top 2 cards of your library in the waiting room. If there was at least 1 climax amongst them, rest this card. That's just like the, oh my god, what was it? This is the promo Momo from To Love Ru. Basically, like, same thing, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely
so
wrong.
So you mean the promo mo?
The promo Momo.
The promo mo. Gotcha.
The Mo promo.
Yes.
Anyway. And then Mini Dia, level 2, 1 cost 35, is a 500 assist in front times the level of the character.
And when this is placed on stage from hand, draw a card and discard a card from your hand to the waiting room, so hand fix.
It's aight. I prefer the other one that,
Promos have gotten a lot more interesting, though.
I prefer the Global 1000 that was off of the, what was it, the mini... It was one of these other mini ones. I forget.
Yes.
I think it was Hanamaru. Yeah. I prefer this one where it's like all your other music characters get 1,000, and this can't be chosen by your opponent's effects.
Yes.
I prefer that over this, but that's whatever.
I remember back in my day when you got a promo, it was a 3,000 vanilla or a 500 power, 500 assist. Now they got interesting promos.
I mean, for fuck's sake, I still want the fucking mini Ilya, because it's a fucking Global 5 to Ilya Berserkers.
Yeah, sure. It's because nowadays promos are good.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Blue Love 2. Everyone wants the promo.
I want them specifically because I have shenanigans going on. No, never mind. You have a valid point because the fucking mini Mikon, the petite Mikon and petite Yami, the Mikon more than the Yami, but that's whatever.
It's getting to the point where promos are becoming a thing.
Because the fact that
A thing
promos
that you
being
want.
run.
That's true.
Because for fuck's sake, it doesn't matter which build you run of Two Love Rue, you are trying to run a Mikon if you can pull it.
That's true.
I personally am not paying $30 for a fucking promo. Nope.
Well, I can't say anything. I'm not paying $8 for a. I want to be the worst protagonist ever Prene, so
It's whatever. So, for a set, a EB, granted, but you can
This
pull...
is a very interesting balanced EB too.
Strangely enough, one of the things that I enjoy, no matter the set, no matter the deck, if you can have multiple climax combos that go off with a single climax, and in this where it has like...
You even have color options for your climaxes too.
You could easily get like fucking 4 to 5 climax combos
Oh,
with
yeah.
only 2 different climaxes.
Sure.
I love that. I love seeing that kind of stuff, and it's amazing to me.
Mhm.
You have options. I like that the fact that you have options for this is great.
Well, the fact that you have options for that, and the fact that you have options for the effects of your climaxes, is taking it to a whole nother level.
Exactly. The fact of different names. It's like fucking Two Love Rue having the Taiyaki key holder,
Mhm.
where it's like green gold bar, yes please, versus yellow stock and plus soul. No, I'll take the gold bar,
Yeah.
please and
Sure,
thank you.
sure, yeah.
Where you have multiple 1K1s.
Mm-hmm.
They changed. I prefer the 2 characters get 2K and a soul versus the draw 2K and a soul.
I don't mind the
Vastly.
draw 2K and a soul, but
It replaced itself, but the damage spread was shit. I
Well,
prefer
I
having
tend
the
to-
extra character.
well, I tend to play decks where I run my hand advantage out way harder than most
Sure.
people do. So
Understandable. Well, this, it looks like you're not going to have that much hand advantage with every other effect that's like, look at the top 2 cards. If it's such and such, add them to
Yeah,
hand.
that's
Or,
true.
add one to hand, pitch the rest.
that won't be as much of a worry. Therefore, they don't need it as bad.
Or for fuck's sake, if you get that Dia off that's like the Brainstormer effect,
Mm-hmm.
you have several things that can just all circulate and just...
More cards, please. Got you.
Exactly. Like, and the fact that you can bring everything in from the first set and still use with this
Oh yeah.
makes it that much more bullshit. Overall, like, because this is also the last for this with the Sunshine EB.
Yeah, sure.
Closing thoughts. Like, multicolored deck, definitely.
Yes.
If you want to have like,
If you wanted to, you could do a tricolor deck with this.
that's what I'm saying. If you do like a tricolor easily.
I mean, yeah, multi. I'm seeing yellow, blue.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm seeing yellow, blue all over the place. Though I think they all have a potential for multiple color splices.
Mhm.
But you really could do all 3 because I think with like the Mirai ticket.
Yeah.
All 3 all day.
Even before this, like with because there's been Sunshine decks that have been doing pretty good, and those have mostly been tricolor
Mm-hmm.
because of just how much good stuff you have
get,
synergy wise.
Yeah, you get lots of synergy. You get much more options because the
Yeah.
effect spread on different colors is always great.
Yeah, I mean, you got like Burn, you got like fucking. Okay, now we have Musashi Yoshiko going on here.
Yeah, sure.
You still don't have a clock shoot, if I'm not mistaken,
Well, it
As far
doesn't
as
have
finishers go,
green, so...
but you still get all the Burn stuff, and you get all this other stuff. It's pretty cool.
Sure.
Also, like from the first set, the fucking Nice Oodles event, just the funny thing of attempt to burn your opponent for 5.
Yeah,
It's just
sure.
funny to me. So crazy shit, crazy shenanigans.
I wouldn't call it crazy. I'd call it interesting. This is interesting if you
Valid
consider Konosuba crazy.
Konosuba's
this
crazy.
is interesting.
This is okay. I want to see this do something funny.
Yes, sure. And I do like the joke effects. I do like the rock paper nope. I like the rock paper nope and
The stew shine thing.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting with it's a joke as well.
Yeah.
I really do like seeing joke effects. Now, Konosuba was like the joke effects set
That actually had shit that worked.
which
is crazy.
and was joke effects
But
at the same time.
Admittedly, that's talking about Konosuba. This set specifically, I wouldn't invest in it personally, other than I'm going to grab some Rico stuff
Yeah,
just
sure.
for the sake of grabbing Rico stuff because I kind of want to do a waifu deck.
Mhm.
But even then, that's not even hyper. I don't expect that deck to do good.
Yeah, sure.
If you are a person who wants to grab this entire fucking set and you want to work with stuff, I can see some interesting options going off.
One thing that does interest me is that
It's also an EB, so it's not like it's going to be
That's
difficult.
true.
Sorry, go ahead.
One thing that does interest me is that Love Live, the season 1 stuff was like, hey, build your waifu. We're going to give you enough decks to build waifu decks. It doesn't matter who your waifu is. Do it. It'll actually be decent. Examples, Honkers, Umi. Some of these waifu decks are dirty. This Sunshine has done a lot more when it comes to looking at the give and take in between the characters.
Okay.
So I like that they're playing more on the synergy of the characters being friends and not as much as, hey, build your waifu. I mean, you didn't have to build your waifu in Love Live Season 1, but you could. It's good that they're taking this in a different direction, and it's not, hey, build your waifu version 2.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. I do like the fact that they are synergizing it more.
Yes. And I do like seeing the joke effects because I want to see more cards that are specific to the character. I want to see more weird effects that are specific to the character.
The facts of the effect
They're basically flavor effects, not
flavor text. Agreed.
I do like that, okay? I want to see more of that. I mean, when I first got into Weiss, it was like, hey, this game is really balanced. But now the game has gotten more out there, which has brought more life to the
Admittedly,
game.
also, since you've started, it's been a fuck ton more sets released in both English and Japan.
That is true.
So, to see this kind of stuff is really cool.
Yes.
And intriguing.
Sure, yeah.
So, crazy is Konosuba. This is... I want to see somebody kick ass with this.
Yeah, sure.
So, with that...
I want to see what people will do this. I want to see how people are going to do their color spread. I want to see...
Yeah.
Exactly how dirty this synergy can get if someone who really knows their shit picks it up and just starts running.
Especially if they do bring in stuff from like the first booster, like to see what would be, because I'm not that much of an expert on the first sets for the first booster's effects by any means of the imagination.
You have to ask Kyle
someone
for
like,
something like that.
Even Kyle, like pay 3 for Haneo. Like I would.
Oh yeah, sure.
Haneo's probably looking at this going, I have ideas. Mm-hmm. So I would thoroughly like to. I'll hit him up and be like, bro, what we gonna put together on this? Mm-hmm. I'll be picking up packs. What are you looking for?
Sure, yeah.
I don't even care because I'd like to see this kind of stuff go off. But with that, thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe if you have not already. This is Kool-Aid
and Matt,
and
thank you for dealing with our rants.
Thank you for dealing with our rants and our just. This has been another blind run. If you want to see an upcoming set also have a blind reaction to the cards in it, let me know. Matt doesn't really have Facebook. I have Facebook, so I'd be the one that has to dodge cards on Facebook pages.
Yeah, I'm a Luddite, sorry.
You're whatever, dude. It's all good. We still love you. Or if you have certain other topics you want to hear on the podcast, if you have decks you want to see, deck profiles, anything that you would like to see on the channel, message us, comment in the comment section. It'd be much appreciated. And we will see y'all on the flip side. Peace out for now.
Peace, guys.